Hello, hello. Welcome to another episode of the GSMC Wrestling Laureate podcast, presented by the GSMC Podcast Network. Thank you for tuning in to the Wrestling Laureate podcast. We have a great show for you on tap today. We have a little bit of SmackDown review, a little bit of WWE Raw preview, and on top of that, we also have a little bit of Becky Lynch news and her accomplishments visiting the White House. As an Irish ambassador, I thought that was actually kind of cool. And make sure you stay till the end so we can talk about how Rikishi chooses a side between his sons, Jimmy and Jay, heading into WrestleMania. So before we start, I would like to ask you to like and follow the show, of course. And also, we get a number of questions from viewers that come in during the show. So to ensure that your question gets read on air, I ask you to use the tips and donations link at the gsmcpodcast.net with your questions. Just put your question up on top of the list so we can have like a nice little back and forth conversation about wrestling, especially if you need a nice little wrestling buddy to talk to. I can be that guy. So also, it really helps the show. We love peace, love, and positivity. Give us a nice little positive, a little bit of feedback here. Again, the link is at gsmcpodcast.net. So, all right, let's go ahead and dive into our first segment here. All right, so WWE SmackDowns are starting to really, really, really heat up, like to the point where you don't want to miss it. You don't want to miss that show. By all means, like record it or something. Like set a reminder on your phone, or I don't know. You just don't want to miss. You don't want to miss Smack. You don't want to miss wrestling in general right now. We have so much stuff popping off, like in Ring of Honor, TNA, AEW. Between Cody Rhodes and The Rock, by themselves are creating like this huge little like this universe that I don't know. I think it's pretty cool, and I think it's gonna bring in a lot more WWE fans, which is super cool. Like wrestling, you be part of our family. We're living in the loving breed. So hey, we're always welcome to bring in family members, so to speak. So from WWE SmackDown, uh, um, let's go ahead and start with The Rock returning to Memphis, Tennessee. This guy loves this town. I think it has a lot to do with his love for Elvis Presley. Like I know Elvis Presley is like he's like a huge like country guy. And I know The Rock, he plays the guitar. And I don't know if any of you guys really saw the movie The Game Plan, where he actually, he plays the guitar and he sings just like Elvis. And I don't know, I think that obviously has to do a lot with his background. And what I kind of want to address is like he comes in and he's supposed to have this kind of have this persona as a heel, but I don't know, as a viewer and as like a WWE fan or even as the Rock fan, like you can kind of sense this like this battle like within him. Like he wants to be like it's not like he wants to be babyface. He's so used to being liked by the crowd. And The Rock, obviously, he deserves it. Like, I don't know, like him coming in to kind of take Cody's spot in WrestleMania was a little, far fetched, and I think that was pushed by WWE creative. But I don't know. I don't know. Everybody was cheering for him, although he was kind of acting like a jerk. But like, The Rock he's hard not to cheer for. Like, he's one of those like he's just the face. He's been the face for the WWE for the longest time. He did a lot of work with the XFL, and right now he's like one of the head persons for TKO. And of course, right around, I think it's like a week from now, the USFL and the XFL merged to have to have this amazing spring football league that The Rock is behind. That The Rock he has a lot of stuff on his plate. So I kind of think that when they brought him back and the way the whole WWE fans kind of reacted between him taking Cody's spot at WrestleMania, I think that kind of I don't know, it kind of messed up the story a lot because if you think about it, you have the two biggest wrestling storylines of all time. You have Roman Reigns, who has had the title for oh God, as long as I can remember when I walked. No, I'm just kidding. I'm too old for that. No, but anyways, but he was I think he's like 1,000 and something days. He's 1,000 and something days. He's approaching the Hulkamania. No, he's approaching his like reign at like as champion to kind of break it. But obviously, I don't think anyone's gonna break Bruno San Martino's. You know, that was kind of like back in the day. I don't think a lot of wrestling is kind of made like that. But I don't know. You kind of have the Roman Reigns aspect of it, and then you have The Rock coming back, and then right in the middle, you kind of have the head of the table storyline that I think a lot of people kind of wanted to see between the bloodline. Like you had Jimmy, Jey Uso, Solo Sikoa, and like now they kind of wanted to. I don't know, bring that in. Like I know a lot of people. There's been a lot of speculation that Vince McMahon kind of brought that storyline to kind of like be a scapegoat and to kind of take the attention off of what's happening between the whole lawsuit about the alleged sex trafficking between the other officials that involve Tony Nick Khan, Stephanie McMahon, and just it's kind of a mess right now. It's kind of a mess, and which included Brock Lesnar, which we talked about on Friday's podcast. That's the reason why we're not going to see Brock Lesnar versus Gunther, because the plan was him to fight Gunther at WrestleMania, but obviously that is to no avail. But neither here nor there. So that storyline, and then you have Cody Rhodes winning the Royal Rumble, second year in a row, challenging Roman, and essentially giving it up to The Rock. But honestly, I think Cody's story kind of I don't know, it kind of took, you know, main priority. And I think that was, I thought that was the right move because we all, as the WWE universe, kind of wanted The Rock to become involved in this in some time. And the fact that he's kind of involved in now, and the fact that he has a new movie coming up and he won't be free till like after SummerSlam, um, I don't know. It kind of puts things in perspective here. Honestly, I think at WrestleMania, if Cody does not win if he does not beat Roman Reigns, it's gonna be kind of tough. It's gonna be kind of tough for WWE writers to kind of think of another storyline for one, Cody, and for two, Roman, and for three, if The Rock decides to come back, four, where Solo Sikoa is gonna wind up because Solo Sikoa really hasn't really had a match in a long, long time. And I don't know when they're going to jumpstart his singles career. And then you also have Jimmy. Right now, they're kind of feuding with he's feuding with Jay. Honestly, I think that should kind of end it with both of them kind of coming together and like being a tag team again, especially with the tag team division wide open now. I don't know if they're gonna either unify the tag team championships that Damian Priest and Finn Balor hold right now, but I don't know. There's just too much tag team talent for that to happen. You need to split the belts up. WWE, you need to listen. You need to split those belts up because, like, so much talent heading toward one goal. I don't know. It's going to cause for like a lot of discomfort, probably behind the backstage, kind of behind the scenes. You're going to have like a lot of because that's all. Those are all contracts that you have to pay. You have to pay these superstars. So that's something you cannot change. What you can change is add another title in the tag team division. I don't know if they're going to split it up between Raw and SmackDown. What they kind of did with the women's championship was you have the WWE Women's Champion and you have the World's Heavyweight Women's Champion, which is kind of how WWE has done it this whole time when they kind of did the brand split back in 2005 when you had Batista and you had John Cena kind of working it, but I don't know. That whole thing is just kind of like just something within itself, and it's going to be interesting to see how that all unfolds. So basically, The Rock comes out, he sings a song. Once again, just antagonizing Cody, saying that, oh God, that Cody was basically brought into this world through drugs and cheap condoms, which was, you know. it was very like, I can imagine how WWE fans would feel, is the, feel angered and stuff like that because a lot of people are really into this Cody Rhodes storyline. But I don't know. Him back in Memphis, Tennessee, like I don't know. Like I said, he's trying to be the heel. I think that's the reason why he kind of brought up John Morant and the whole gun situation. The NBA and stuff like that. But he also brought up Cody Rhodes' mom. He brought family into this, and that's like something you don't do. And I think like a lot of time, I know me. I am kind of I'm expecting like a huge pushback by Cody. I don't want to see Cody Rhodes kind of put it on the rug, be like, use his fancy words and be like, oh, I'm above you. No, I want to see Cody Rhodes get dirty. I want to see him start to like throw punches. I want to see blood. But that's just, obviously like I'm like part of the Attitude Era and I keep reiterating on this, but I don't know. I kind of want to see Cody Rhodes, stick it to the bloodline. I want to see him, fight back for what he believes in. And the fans, the WWE universe, come on, guys. Like, come on. We're too smart to know when it's fake. And that's when we kind of falter and kind of head down. But we know as wrestlers that, like, I don't know, the closest to the point where the storyline feels real, that's when you get the most viewership because the last ratings for WWE Raw and SmackDown have been absolutely through the roof. They were doing really well, better than AEW, Collision, Rampage, TNA, and all that kind of stuff. And that's why WWE is like I don't know. That's why they kind of prosper in this kind of thing. But kind of moving on before we run out of time here. So, oh man. Going into the six pack challenge between the tag team titles going on at WrestleMania, the ladder match. You have Alberto Carrillo moving up with Angel Garza. So I think they're gonna fit pretty well in that kind of category. I don't know if they're gonna be like a heel like during the match, but they're entertaining as hell to see. And the I know the LWO, their tag team kind of moved on too, so they kind of have. I don't know. It's a ladder match. You're gonna see like a lot of bodies flying through the air, and I don't know. It's gonna be pretty cool. Also, Jey Uso challenged his brother Jimmy. Jimmy ultimately, accepted in a promo that he just looked so crazy. He just looked so evil. Like he looked like he was just like ready to fight. And I eat that up. That's awesome. That's what we all eat up. That's exactly what we all want as WWE fans. And I don't know. I thought that was pretty sick. Good promo. Good promo. Way to cut it. Also, you see Randy Orton kind of feuding with Kevin Owens right at the end of, well, not right at the end of SmackDown, but during the end of their match between Austin Theory, where Kevin Owens did the stunner, then Theory jumped up, and then like Randy hit the RKO. I gotta be honest, that was pretty cool, but I don't know. They're setting up for this triple threat match. It's gonna be super awesome to see. But I think at the end of the day, Logan Paul will walk out as champion. But I don't know. I just think I don't know, that's just WWE. Um so Rey Mysterio also came out and challenged Santos Escobar, which I think is gonna be a good match. You kinda have two cruiserweights, you kinda have like a kind of like a bruiserweight kind of thing against like the high flying, the legendary Rey Mysterio. Obviously you can't go wrong with Rey Mysterio. He's gonna, he looks jacked. He looks like he's been working out, taking protein shots, maybe eating eggs on like this low carb diet. Like, I don't know. Like he looks great. He looks great for his age. Also, you had Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne moving on, beating Pretty Deadly. And although in this promo with the Damage Control and Bailey was ultimately destroyed by Damage Control. And I don't know, it looks pretty dire for her at this point. But Naomi tried to come out and try to help her, but to no avail. The numbers played, you have Dakota Kai, you have the Kabuki Warriors, and then you have the women's champion Io Sky. So right now, Bailey kind of has a huge uphill battle for her. So I don't know. Kind of interesting to see what's next. All right, well, don't go anywhere. Next we have our Raw preview. We have the Obviously, the man Becky Lynch accepting a match against Nia Jax, a last man standing match nonetheless, especially so close toward Mania. What is she thinking? I mean, that's cool and all, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll kind of dive deeper into this as soon as we come back. Don't go anywhere.